Human Race, brought to you by Hickory Valley, a senior living community.
So when a physician writes a medication for a patient, and say it's a heart medication, and the patient gets confused maybe how often to take it, or some of those medications they might have them take a whole tablet in the morning, half in the afternoon, and then a whole in the evening. And the patient gets home and they aren't sure how to take it. Well, if they wind up, because they're confused, they don't take it, well, it's clearly not going to help. If they get confused and they take too much at the wrong time, it could lead to bad outcomes. And so you want to make sure that the medication's taken, the patient feels confident and they're able to take it correctly. So a lot of that has come down to interactions with the physicians and pharmacists, and then the pharmacists have a role to play where we have to make sure that the patients understand how they're supposed to be taking it, make sure that the directions that were written on the prescription match what they're told in the office, make sure everything matches up. Sometimes they can vary a little bit, and that can cause confusion for the patient, and so just making sure that's all understood before the patient leaves is great. And that's where pharmacists are glad to help out and say, hey, this is how your physician wanted you to take this medication, and just to help to get the best outcomes. Sometimes if somebody's taking their medication out of a bottle and they aren't paying attention, and all of a sudden they empty it into their hand, and oh my gosh, this is the last tablet, and for whatever reason they're closed tomorrow, or I'm out of town going out on a vacation, then if they've done that planner, they have a whole look at the week ahead, and so it gives them a little bit of foresight to see, oh, I'm not going to make it past Thursday this week. I need to go ahead and call, make sure that refill gets taken care of.
Pill reminders, well, they've been around a long time. You had these simple ones for a long, long time. For each day of the week, you put your pills in. And then a little more complicated one if there's several times during the day that you have to take medication. Now, they're making it even simpler with a more sophisticated method. In the last couple of years or so, you've gone into a little more of an advanced way of doing this. We have. We've acquired a robot that'll actually pack medications, and we can set it up for whether it's a week or 2 weeks or the whole month. And it'll take every single medication that the person's on that's in a tablet form, and it will organize it, and say they take medications 2 times a day, it'll have a morning and evening pack, and it'll have the date of when they should start taking it. If they take medications 5 times a day, it can separate it to all 5 times a day, and separate it if they're supposed to have a half in the afternoon and a whole in the morning and evening, it can do that for them. So if you're checking on whoever you're caring for, if you're checking on their medications and they have that pack, and you show up and you see that they're 3 days behind, or for some reason they have all these morning packs that have just been stacked up over in the corner, you can try to see what's happening, and it gives you a better gauge to see really how they're doing as far as taking their medication.
Now, this isn't just for those of us that are aging. At any age, medications may be needed to recover from an illness or a lifelong health issue. Follow your doctor's instructions, which are very important to be sure to get the most benefit. Of course, for more information about Access Pharmacy, there is their information. It is 4062 Hickson Pike, where they are located in Chattanooga. The phone number 877-3568. You can also go to the website, which is accessfamilypharmacy.com.